Before students return to the classroom, parents should make sure their child's medical paperwork and medication are ready to go. News Channel 7's Delaney Smith has more on what Bay District Schools health officials say should be on your back-to-school checklist.
Whether your child takes daily medication, has an allergy, or plans to play sports this fall, school health officials say preparing now can help avoid delays on the first day of school. Bay District Schools partners with PanCare to place a health technician at every school. District Nurse Ashley Bush says students may self-carry certain life-saving medications, including inhalers, EpiPens, diabetes medications, and pancreatic enzymes. But before any prescribed medication can be taken or given at school, it must go through a required verification process.
So for a student to receive medication during the school day, they'll need to have a permission to assist with medication administration form filled out and completed by their child's healthcare provider. There's also a portion that will be filled out by the parent or guardian as well. And then that form can be brought into the health room and turned into the health tech, where she will verify that, along with the medication, where she will verify that the medication matches the form, and then she'll be able to sign it in and set up a schedule for the student to receive them.
Bush says health rooms do not keep extra EpiPens in stock, so students who are prescribed one should bring it to school. She says teachers and staff who regularly work with those students are trained on their specific medication and how to administer it if needed. And for student athletes, a current sports physical is required before they can participate. PanCare is offering a no-cost sports physical this Friday at Tommy Oliver Stadium, with appointments still available. In Bay County, Delaney Smith, News Channel 7.
School health officials also encourage parents to communicate any medical needs or personal preferences their child may have before the school year begins, so staff can provide the best possible care.